What is the robbing of a bank compared to the funding of a bank? That's what Bertold Brecht said. And we're talking a little bit about him today, because in the final project of this semester, me and my class are doing a Brecht play. And yes, I'm saying Brecht and not Brecht, because in my language we say Brecht in Portuguese. And also he was from Germany, and Brecht is much closer to the way they pronounce it. Brecht, something like this. The man that thought dramatic theater was boring. It made audiences sleep. People wouldn't remember it when they got home. He thought theater should make people think. He wants to make the audience wake up. He wants to make them conscious of reality. He worked with Piscator, who thought theater could be a way to educate people. And so his plays have this didactical dimension. Piscator's thinking and Brecht's work are basically the base of epic theater, which is the complete opposite of dramatic theater, very anti-Aristotle. I believe this kind of theater is very direct. It calls for your critical thinking about money, power, ethics. It's very intellectual instead of sentimental. It's not the type of theater where you should be feeling what the character is feeling. It totally rejects the theater illusion. The actors are not supposed to be in character, and the interpretation of the characters is based on their role and why they have to behave the way they behave because of their role. It doesn't come from searching the internal motivation or how is this character feeling. Epic theater is supposed to leave the audience with questions, get them to think. And a crucial thing for epic theater and Brechtian theater is the V effect, which is the alienation effect, which was used to create this distancing emotionally from the characters. Of course, Brecht wanted people to be interested in his plays, but he didn't want them to be invested emotionally. Brechtian theater breaks the fourth wall and uses a bunch of devices to make sure you know you're watching a play. You're not in the middle of the theater illusion. He basically points at you all the time to say you're watching a play. And to do this, the devices he usually uses are narration, and sometimes the person who's narrating explains what's gonna happen in the scene before the scene happens. Actors coming out of their roles, even speaking the stage directions sometimes, which didn't really happen that much in the performances, but it happened a lot in rehearsal. It helped the actors not get too in character. Talking directly to the audience, again, no fourth wall, and using pieces of media like placards, video, sound. It was very multi-elemental. And actually we're doing that too in our class, because we're also singing. And these songs, they narrate the story. They're really important. And they all make you think a lot. And this play is very political, like all Brechtian plays. And there's this Brechtian technique called justice. And I've searched about it a lot, and it seems really hard to explain. But basically, it is a gesture or movement or some kind of expression that is used to capture a moment or attitude of the character rather than develop an emotion. And from what I've read, this seems like a hard thing to achieve, but I'm looking forward to learning more about it. But I think the most cliche and obvious type of gesture is a tic. Like, for example, a person who works a lot being always like this, like, or taking sweat off their forehead. This is cliche and obvious. I'm just trying to understand justice better, and so I will explore it more. But it's supposed to be like, you look at the expression of the actor and you can know what type of character he's representing. His plays are very clear and objective, and they're playful because they're very funny also, and they're easily understood, and they make you think, so they can reach anybody and teach anybody and educate people. This is basically what I know about the man so far. I'm sure that until we present the final project, I'm gonna know a lot more. But this kind of theater is very interesting, because it's the exact opposite of the one that actors usually work with. Every time I'm portraying a character, it always has been about getting into the character. But this one is like, no. Don't get into the character. You have to represent this character, but you're not this character. You're just an actor representing this type of character. And so it's definitely a challenge, especially because I'm doing like 4 or 5 characters, which is common in Brecht's plays, actors changing roles and everything. How are these 4 characters supposed to have clear personality that shows their type of character without me being in character. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, if you have any tips for me, I'm always willing to hear from you and to learn. This video was good for me to remember what I learned about the guy. And in the next videos of the Drama School Diaries, maybe you can see me explore some of these things and try to navigate the challenges of Brechtian Theater and finding justice. We'll see. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.